Where were they defending, bro? Worrying about defending. This is the thing about this manager, bro. It's the balance. He ain't got the balance. The balance. There's no. He can defend but not attack. If he attacks, he can't defend. He needs to find a way where you can play this midfield. I was hearing about the midfields that you were talking about. How like you gave a lot of options for midfield. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of options, bro. You can play Skelly there. If you're worried about defending, you can play Skelly there. Skelly can get the ball back. Skelly can get the ball back with the help of Rice in the number 6 or Zubimendi. It's your choice. Do you know what I'm saying? But to play 3 midfielders that do the same thing, and then you, well, but you told me that Moreno's a box crasher and Roy Rice is the box crasher. Why didn't they do their job? So now, not only they're not box crashing, they're deep in the midfield. Can't get out of that. Can't beat Man City's midfield. Can't. Got bopped off the park. Barely created something first half. Did we create? Did we create something first half? Did we shoot? Did we shoot?
I think Madueke had a shot near post. Like Madueke had a shot near post. He was never going to win that. Near post on the goalkeeper, he's saving that.
Yeah, he's never going to win that. Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. No. Me personally, North, I feel like Madueke and Saka, same thing. Playing them in the right wing. Eze, Martinelli, Trossard, same thing, playing them in the left wing. This is the system. The system's the problem. Do you get me? The system's the problem, not these players. How come Martinelli comes, as soon as you change him to the striker, he scored 2 goals in like half an hour. Half an hour of football. He scored 2 goals. It is about the system. This man cannot take us to the next level. It is what it is. He's our Brendan Rodgers. You have to accept it. You move on. You hear me? People were telling me, we played defensive and we played 3 DMs against Liverpool. But we did that against Liverpool and Man United, the Man City. We did that against every team. We did that against every team we play. Man City, we're playing in our own home. You're supposed to attack. Or at least, not attack, because people will say, but you attack, then they'll score goals. Balance, bro. You're supposed to be balanced, attack and defend at the same time. You got the ingredients that you were talking about. The ingredients is there. You've got your missing pieces, right? It's there. Use it. Use it. Or just tell the people that it wasn't about a striker. Because you told us that Martinelli and Trossard are finishers, but that's what we were lacking last season. So how are they finishers? Do you get me? Like, just come out and say, it wasn't about the players. This is how I play my football. Come out like Amorim. Come out like Amorim and say, this is the football I play. You get me? The football I play is defending and going for set pieces, long throw-ins and shit like that. That's the game plan. And if it works, everybody will be buzzing. If it doesn't work, they'll find a reason to back this. What's the reason? But by the way, what's the top goon is saying? Does anybody know what they're saying about this game? Are they happy about a draw? Are they happy? Because I'm feeling like they are. I heard that they're cheering.
But I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will, because they always want to spin it, innit? They always want to spin it as to everything that we do is positive, bro. Ledge, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying about this game, man?
Saying big up North, big up Rashid. Man, that game was... this guy, he done it again, bro. He done it again. 2 big games in a row. We're talking Zubimendi, Moreno, and Rice. No attacking prowess, bro. Trossard, bro. Our super sub, bro. my man starting him. For what reason? Why are you rewarding the guy? What's he rewarding him for? Like, what happened to Eze? What happened to Ethan? Like, there's so many questions. And let's start from the back. If we talk about the defense, right? Saliba, I know loads of people didn't want Saliba to start. Some people were saying, Maresca should start. I was the one on the other hand saying Saliba should start. But today, Saliba had a stinker. I couldn't believe what I was watching from Saliba.
Gabriel.
Bro, Mascara could have probably caught Haaland on that run. Bro,
yeah, Gabriel, but come on, man. If Saliba did what Gabriel did, you would have blamed Saliba. So let's blame Gabriel as well. You know what I'm saying? Because he left that point. He left his position.
Facts. That was Gabriel's fault. He didn't defend.
Both of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say more so Gabriel, because what I saw in that little transition there was, bro, Haaland turned him and left him, bro. He turned him and Gabriel was like 10 steps behind him. I'm thinking, how is this even possible, bro?
He usually works. I'll be real with you, yeah? Not to cut you off, sorry, but
we're doing the Man United thing. Because Man United do that with Ten Hag. They get the lick as well, doing the overlapping centre back. The overlapping centre back now. That's a new one now. Tactical.
Look, Joe, this guy, this Arteta guy, yeah, he's a fraud. Not like this actually proves it. Like, there's actually nothing else you can do to back this guy. Because when you have the attackers or the Arsenal, no pun intended, that we have, the players that we have, why are you doing defensive work? What is this about, bro? Like, there isn't exactly what Rashid said. You should come out and say, yo, this is my tactic. You should come out and say, yeah, this is how I play. If you don't like it, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, the brother hides behind little subliminals, bro. Man, watch that little interview. Was it North did a show on the interview, and I did the little interview on my pre-game show today. Still, I played it and I was just listening to the guy. I'm thinking, bro, this guy's just sitting there chatting shit. Like, he's just chatting was, bro. Like, bro, the reporter's there asking him questions. Answer the question directly. Why do you? What was the reason? Oh, you think? Or what's the reason you think Gyökeres is the guy for you? My man's telling me, oh, it's because of the phone call. The date. Man asked, oh, where's the data? Where's the proof? Man said the phone call is the data, bro. Is that not madness, bro? Is that not madness, bro? Man said data, like facts, name it. You get what I'm saying? Now,
Joe.
bro. Any manager in their right mind, if they see, oh, all right, the game plan was, oh, be defensive. Oh, we had possession for the first 10 minutes, and now we're losing. Bro, 30 minutes into the game, Marino would have made a sub. Bro, someone else would have made a sub. Klopp would have probably, Sloth would have made a sub. Change the tactics, bro. It's not working. Bro, first 45 minutes, no attack, bro. Like, how does this make any sense? Same thing North said. When did Gyökeres touch the ball? 73rd minute, bro. I remember it, bro.
Is it 73rd?
Bro,
is it?
Bro,
is it
73rd minute, bro.
Oh,
73rd minute, bro. Bro, I said, nah. I was waiting for the whole game.
I can't believe
Gyökeres get the ball. Man, come on, man. Like, this is
bro, his last sub was Mascara. So you see how he's playing for the draw? Because there's no reason to do that, bro. Your last sub is Mascara, bro. In the 90th minute. So
you're wasting 1 minute, North.
We made 2 attacking subs, yeah? They take off Haaland in the 76th minute. We bring on Ethan, we bring on Martinelli. Why is your last sub not another attacking player, bro? To just fully go for it. Why are you bringing in another centre back? Because you're comfortable with the draw. You're happy with that. You're happy with that. Well, why else are you bringing in another? Why are you bringing in another defensive?
You will never make it. You will never make it, bro.
You know you cannot make it.
You know you cannot make it. Okay? You should be cutting grass for the real ballers. You know what I'm saying? That's what you should be doing, cones for the real coaches. That's what you need to be doing. Cones. Put the cones for the real coach. For the real coaches that actually do a job out there. 15.6 million to put 3 DMs. You don't need to pay 15.6 million. We could have done it. All of us could have just agreed and put out a team, 11 team online. Everybody agrees. Yo, you think we should play Eze today? Yeah. And then 80%, wherever the more we have and just play.
Everyone would have played Eze. Everyone would have played Eze. And it's kind of like you looked at that fucking lineup in the midfield and you thought, fucking hell, this guy needs to get out of my club. This guy needs to get out of my club. How the fuck are you starting with those 3? They're not like bad players as such, but how the fuck are you starting at home against Man City?
Marino's bad.
Rob, sorry.
Marino's bad. No. I'm sorry, Rob. Marino's bad. Not to cut you off, but Marino is bad. He lost the ball about 11 times in the midfield. 11 times, I counted it. How many times he got ran over, You know what I'm saying? Like Bonnie Blue, he lost the ball. He was out all over the place. He can't turn. He's too slow. As soon as he turns, Reinders got him.
Bro, hey,
As soon as he
Rashid,
turned, Fernando Silva got him. Come on.
Rashid, hey, Moreno's always turning back. That was one thing I clocked today.
Oh, they love
there was a break on. There was literally a break. Pass the ball forward. Bro. The brother turned around. What is he doing? Like,
play safe. Play safe.
But these
guys.
They love Marino. They love these players. They love them. But they're being kind of like engaged to love them because of the PR. And it's been the last few years, the PR and the way that they finesse the fan base, the way they finesse people like psychologically. They fucking done a good job, man. I don't agree with it, obviously, and you guys are all fucking like who don't like get done by it. But like fucking hell, they've really done a good job, haven't they, on the fans?
Yeah, they have, and they'll back this. I don't know what they're saying. Let's see what they're saying.
You know what it is? You said it, innit, Rashid, earlier. Why did Eze not start?
Did I?
Why did Eze not start? You said why did Eze not start?
Why did Eze not start? How do you not start Eze against Man City at home?
Because he didn't stay on the touchline, mate. Because he didn't stay on the touchline the other day.
Yeah,
you can tell.
He didn't stay
you know
on
what
the
it is? Yeah, I watched the game.
He told him, Eze, come. And let Calafiore be the number 10. Let Calafiore be the number 10, and you just come to the touchline, play a touchline. You be the touchline winger, and let Calafiore create.
But this is my question. Because this is
what are we doing here?
Because usually when you go and play these kind of teams, you could the worst you can think of is say, you know what, we'll go for the win for at both legs. I mean home and away. But if I draw away, it's fine. But I need to win the home game. I'm not saying it's fine to lose or to draw, but I'm saying you go for the win. It's like saying aim for the stars, land on the moon, that kind of thing. You know that you're in the other person's home, but you're gonna make sure you're trying to get the win, yeah. But every time you had the opportunity to do so, whether it's away or home, you guys don't do it, bro. Do you get it? Like a couple of seasons ago, was it the 2-2 draw? Same thing. This time you're at home, and what the hell? What did I hear the whole summer? When we at home, we're not losing any of the games at home. We're gonna slap the City. But the 3 DMs
manager.
Yeah, but the 3 DMs thing, bro, it's one of the worst things I've seen. And you know what I was hearing? Why is Pep playing this kind of football? From Arsenal fans, you know.
But yes,
and I'm saying, but it's a game plan. He's away from home. But you know what it is? In general, when you play like this, it's called a game plan. You go to a team. Yeah. Let's say my team comes to your team. We either play the way we play every week, or we find a specific way that we're going to beat you on that moment in time.
Hey, Yasser, sorry to interrupt you, bro. This game plan you're talking about, this is the same game plan people have been complaining about Arsenal for the last 3 years. Defensive. Oh,
it's not 3 years. It's not 3 years. It was last season and this season, I think, the most. Because that's when he started doing the full corner thing and all that.
Right. But Man City are out there coming to Arsenal being defensive for the first time ever in 20 years. This is the first time I've seen Man City be as defensive as they were in regards to facing Arsenal, especially at home. Bro, we normally get brushed. So you've seen this team on a defensive thing. Where's your attackers, bro?
The subs were mad, I can't lie. Because for man to take off, was it Timber or something? Timber. And then at the end, he bought a mascara. I was thinking, what's the point? You just got the goal. You're at home. You might have 2 minutes. Try to push for a win. At least. I know you got the draw. But let's push for the win. I know you start. But this is the thing. He keeps starting wrong, bro. People on Twitter were guessing. We can't be seeing 2 DMs today. We can't see 3 DMs. We can't see 3 DMs. And then Arsenal posted the line. Arsenal dropped the lineup on Twitter. If you're on Twitter, you know people are losing their head because the 3.
When people are talking about the way that, look at the way Man City set up, bro. For 76 minutes, they were cooking us on the attack. They were the team on the offensive. So man, want to be talking about how they set up. We set out for 80 minutes to defend while they were attacking. They take Haaland on in 76 minutes. Then we start trying to impose ourselves. So which team looked like they were actually trying to play for the win? Doku was cooking, Reinders were cooking, Bernardo as well was doing a little shit house. You know what I'm saying? Haaland was running through the team. So really and truly, I don't know how these men can sit here and applaud the 3 DMs against Liverpool, now against City, and say 80 minutes of defending is great. But then when City are attacking us for 76 minutes, that's appalling. Obviously, they should
Unbelievable to see
Haaland,
that.
but that's on them though. That's got nothing to do with us. Like at the end of the day, they came to win the game, innit? But what they did is they took the foot off the gas too early. That's where Pep went wrong, innit? He should have just continued to keep cooking us because there was no answer to that. Like Ledge said, there was no answer to that. Do you know what I'm saying? We saw that already in the first half. Like within 20 minutes, we could see we couldn't keep up with them. But that's on them, innit? By the end of the day, yeah, which is the team that needs to prove themselves and which is the manager that's already proven himself in the Prem? Pep, he's already proven himself. This manager's fighting for his life. There's two different conversations. They want to be talking about how the way that Pep's already won multiple league titles, dominated the Prem, done a treble. He's not the one fighting for he is fighting for his job, but he don't leave the Prem as a bum, innit? You'll take what he's done in the Prem and be like, yo, I did my thing, innit? While this manager, you've been here for 6 years and you're supposed to be getting over the line this season, or you're going to leave the Prem as a bum and never be able to get a job on this level. So I don't understand this comparison to, look at the way City do it. Don't worry about City. They've done shit that we can only dream of under this manager. That's why I don't even care. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. If this is the decline of Pep, he goes down as one of the most decorated managers in world football. Where does Arteta stand in that conversation? And that's exactly my point. It's
Bro,
irrelevant.
I heard the stat today on Lee's thing where he said when Arteta got the job, Lamine Yamal was 11, blood.
Yeah,
That's what Lee told us.
But you know what they'll tell you? You know what they'll tell you? Yes, sir, I know the answer to that one. Oh, but he's 1 in a million. He's 1 in a million. He's a kid. He's 1 in a million. Not a lot of kids would have done what he's done, won what he's won. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they'll tell you. These people told us when we played 3 defensive midfielders, which never worked, by the way, never worked. These men told us, we only played it because Liverpool in Anfield.
Yo, Rashid. Wait. Bro, one sec, Rashid, respond. Bro, how volley? I don't know what you put on the chat. You can't be on the panel and put that in the chat. Like we didn't see it. Like, do you know what I'm saying? About Pep and Arteta were locking horns today for Donkey of the Year. What are you talking about, bro? What is this, bro?
What was he saying?
Bro, you thought you wouldn't clock?
What was he saying?
Listen,
What was he saying?
let me clarify.
It's above the one. It's above the one he just highlighted, though, bro. Listen, we do cooking sessions, blood. We don't let man get off on this panel, blood.
Look,
Do you get what I'm saying?
No
It
side,
don't
no
work.
side. No, hold on. No side. Big up to you for letting me up on the channel. Yeah,
Big up, bro.
appreciate that. Yeah. So listen, you guys keep saying I what's his name? I've been on panels with you, and
Me?
you know,
Yeah.
You know, I've been on several panels with you, and you know where I stand on Arteta. I'm not the extreme Arteta out kind of character.
On the fence.
But
On the fence.
Factually, when we're speaking, just get the facts right. Mourinho is not a DM, right? That is a fact. So, but the problem we had today is that we didn't have the legs to get out of midfield because Mourinho is too slow. He was turning over possessions time and time again, and it became apparent that the formation wasn't working. The problem I had today was that formation had been tried and tested before, and it didn't work. So Arteta should have parked it and gone with something else. So fair play to him. He changed at halftime. But for me, I see like football is a bit like a marathon where all the top joggers are trying to hack the inside line. And once they get that inside line, you can't get back in. Once the game is set, once you pick your selection, the tone is set for the rest of the game. So even though Arteta tried to change at halftime, the tone was already set. City looked comfortable. I thought actually Pep threw the game out. Like Northside was saying, if they kept playing the way they were playing, with Haaland on the pitch, keeping both our centre-backs on their toes, they probably would have won that game, right? But for some reason, and the reason why I put that in the chat as Pep and Arteta locking horns for the Donkey of the Year award, is because Pep turned into Arteta. He tried to protect the lead, playing 5 centre-backs. And you
don't know if Haaland was injured or anything because we've
Doesn't
never
matter.
really seen
Yeah,
him.
but don't worry about Pep, man.
That was the whole
Don't worry
thing.
about Pep.
No,
He's
but
got a lot of credit in the bank.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, big up half volley. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Yeah, but that point is irrelevant. Do you know why it's irrelevant? Yeah, whether you want to classify him as a central midfielder or a DM, yeah, he doesn't excel at either. He's not good on the half turn.
Facts.
He hasn't got good passing range. He ain't got no vision. Yeah, he has
No
no
tech.
attributes to play in that position in the first place. So why are we getting a central midfielder that doesn't have the attributes to even play in that position? Second of all, while he's been here, he has had no good performances in that midfield. Those are things that this manager's seen and he scouted the player. We've seen that while we're here. So if we can see the best performances you got out of him as a striker, why is he even included in the midfield anyway? Whether he's a DM, whether he's a CM, whether he's a cam, it doesn't matter because he doesn't excel at any of them. So who's it down to? The manager to play the players in their strongest positions. It ain't got nothing to do about if he's this, if he's that. And the problem is we've seen too many players, where this guy plays them in positions where you don't get the best out of their abilities. Calafiori as a left back does not excel at Arsenal. Zinchenko at left back doesn't excel at Arsenal. Partey at right back doesn't excel at Arsenal. Moreno in the 10 doesn't excel at Arsenal. Declan Rice trying to play this almost false 10 or whatever the hell he was doing does not excel at Arsenal. So the point is still there. What Eze on the left wing doesn't excel at Arsenal. Why is this manager bringing in players and not playing to their strengths or playing to their preferred positions?
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you. Merino is a limited midfielder, right? And for me, he should be reduced to no more than backup for Gyökeres. That's it. But the problem I had is even in the first half at Liverpool, I don't have an issue with when a manager picks a team selection at the start because so many factors goes into picking a team that as fans sometimes we don't know. It might be due to a knock. It might be due to maybe limited minutes, some other tactical decisions, whatever. When he picks the team, I say, okay, fair enough. Let's see how you manage the game and the timing of your subs, right? So after Liverpool, for me, that midfield was dead in the water. That shouldn't have been tried again. That was it. So for him to repeat those tactics again today, for me, was criminal. So I don't disagree with you. For me, Merino today was he was meant to be the spearhead in midfield, launching the attacks, and he kept falling over, turning over possessions, etc. And that's why Arteta changed it in the second half. But it was too little, too late, right? And that set the tone for the rest of the game. So I'm not disagreeing with you, but I have an issue when people say Merino is a DM because he's not. Factually, that's incorrect. He's not a defensive midfielder.
Factually, we got a fixed bench. Factually, we got a fixed bench though. So if you're talking about players that got a knock here, how many number 10s have we got on the bench? How many players that can play on the wing have we got on the bench? How many central midfielders have we got on the bench? So the point is, even the knock thing, I can't lie, I'm not even hearing that. Because why have we got all these players on the bench? Why are people telling us the bench is fixed? We all can see the options that we got. So why is the manager playing certain players with a knock? And if a player has got a knock, how about learning from re-injuring players and don't include them on the bench if they got a knock then? Leave them stay at home because when you wanted to play Odegaard when he had a knock, he got injured. Saka got injured. Do you know what I'm saying? You ran Havertz into the ground. So why are you not learning from those situations? You play Timber, he got a knock-in game and you told him to continue. So either way, fucked because he's given himself enough rope to be hung, bro. I'm not hearing. There is no excuse for this manager. There's no excuse for the lineup, and there's no excuse for continuing doing the same thing. How many games this season have we continue with Martinelli on the left wing? Why are we continuing in 2025 with Martinelli on the left wing, bro? And the only time we get anything out of him is through the middle. We all clocked this 3-4 years ago. We clocked this in 22-23 season. If you're going to play him on the wing, you have to play counter-attacking football. Then you get the most out of him because then you'll put him into positions where he's got space and you're allowing him to go forward and running behind the defender. So there's no excuses, bro. There's no excuses. The thing is, you're picking at something that is irrelevant because ultimately, why are we not getting better lineup and a better system? Ultimately, the system's fucked. Why is Eze looking worse than in Palace? Have Palace got a better team? Have they got a better manager? Because most Arsenal fans will say we've got the better team and the better manager. Would Arsenal fans say that we're not better than Sporting? Because most of them don't rate that league because it's a farmers league. So why is it Ruben Amorim, that's the donkey, getting more out of this striker at Sporting than Mikel Arteta, that's supposed to be one of the best managers in world football, and he can't get the most out of Gyökeres? The shit ain't adding up. Man saying that I compared Madueke to the signing of Sterling. Oh no, son, you're being too much. You're being too nigga. Really? Really? What are we doing? Because we ain't unlocking him. Is he improving? What is he doing? Because man want to talk to me about GA, the guy ain't even getting GA. And I told man
he's on 150.
Not that one.
Before we got him, bro. I told man about his GA. I said his GA in the last 2 years has been worse than Trossard and Martinelli anyway. I told man about that. So the whole GA talk I ain't hearing. And when we talk about consistency, the guy's always been inconsistent. But man want to be back in that side.
But he's doing the same shit as Saka. Let's be real. Let's be real.
Guys,
he's doing everything on the right.
Hey, Rashid.
Yeah, I agree.
Best attacker on the field.
Yeah,
in the first
he was. He was.
So think about this. As a manager, why would you take off the best attacker that's currently making chances? Even if North says, "Oh, no GA," nothing productive, no end product, which I totally agree with. But he was the most.
It wasn't
threatening
his fault.
Trossard.
No, it
Trossard
wasn't his
did it
fault.
before.
He reversed passed a lot of chances to the box that some of those box crashing midfielders should have connected with. He was reverse passing that ball into the box. What was Saka doing? Crossing the ball, same thing. So Saka's crossing the ball, and Madueke's just putting the ball. Same thing. One person's crossing, one person's going low cross. So it's the same thing. Madueke and Saka, I'm not hearing it. I'm telling everyone right now, I'm done. You know what I'm saying? I'm done with this Saka thing. We need to stop. It needs to stop. This Saka Madueke, same product. Now, if it's the system, I don't know. Do you know what I'm saying? Because again, the system's making Eze look bad. But I'm seeing Madueke and Saka playing the same kind of like level today. 45 minutes, correct? Madueke put some balls into the box, had one shot, not supposed to go in, but still had a shot, and put some balls into the box that should be connected by some players. And Saka came in and did the same. So I don't know, man. I feel like Noni's doing well, bro. I'll be real.
If you're going to come in and manage Arsenal Football Club, and you're going to approach it in this way, then we ain't fucking for that, mate. To be honest with you, like, you tried your best. Okay, that ain't fucking like, you know. Okay, you're doing okay. Just get us back to our competitive level. Okay, fine, right, great. So now what? Now what are you going to do? No, you're gonna do. You don't have an answer for that, do you? So, you know, just like fucking get this guy out of here, man. Get this guy. How the hell can you fucking start against Man City at home? I nearly said at Highbury as well. How the hell can you start at home as an Arsenal manager with that midfield? How the hell can you do that? I'm still fuming, man. I'm still fuming.
He's reverting to tired people. That's what it is. This guy refuses to change. There is nothing that we haven't seen for the past 6, going on, 7th season, whatever, where he's changed really anything. Now, people can say, well, the year that we should have won the league, that 8-point bottle job and all that, he played attacking football. But why didn't he stick with that? Well, we know why he didn't stick with that, because he's a pussy old bro. That's exactly what he is. He's a coward. And what do cowards do? Whenever things get tough, they hide. They make excuses. They don't want to stand up and face the music. This manager's going to face the music sooner rather than later. All this result shows today is that it's delaying the inevitable. You know, I knew we weren't going to win this game. I knew it. Even before I saw the starting lineup, I knew what he was going to do. So if I knew, Pep knew. All the other managers know. Mascara, Eddie Howe, Arne Slot, whoever it is, they all fucking know. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, people, right? Let's be honest. Even if this manager picked the right team, played the right players in the right position, we still wouldn't win anything in the end, because this guy has proven time and time again that we can't get over the line. That 8-point bottle job 22-23 season, no other team bottles that. Literally no other team on planet Earth bottles that league. But we do. Why? Because this manager ain't it. We have a culture problem. He's part of the culture. He's been running this shit, running this show for way too long. He got the keys when he never should have got the keys. Now we've got Berta here, who's got an impossible job, by the way, whether people like it or not, trying to sort out the wage structure and shit. You know, it's an absolute mess, but people won't see it now because we're still, it's only 5 points. Yeah, it's only 5 points behind Liverpool. Okay, wait till we get to January. Wait till we get to March, April time, when we're most likely not going to win the League Cup, when we're probably already out of the FA Cup by round 3 or 4, yet again. In the Champions League, we might get to the semi-final at best, again, fall at the second final hurdle, whatever, and we're already out of the league title race. What has changed? Someone tell me, please, what has changed? What have you seen to show that this team and this manager can actually deliver a major trophy this season? I'm struggling here.
Hey, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think we win the Prem this season. I started believing this season, thinking, oh, we got the right reinforcements. Oh, we've been second for the last 3 seasons. You know, bro, I'm thinking, oh yeah, you know, this is the time we're actually gonna do it. Bro, man starts the season at Liverpool with Moreno and then against City at Moreno. We're not winning nothing, bro. Bro, forget about it. Honestly.
So when did the chest deflate? I swear we spoke last week.
When did the chest deflate, bro?
It's done, bro. It's done, bro.
Yes, sir. Don't do that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No,
Don't
I'm
do
shocked.
that.
No,
Yes,
I'm
sir.
shocked because I spoke to him. He said you win in the league when we.
I know.
That's the only reason I'm asking.
Ledge is a new reaver. He's a reaver. He's a reaver. He's new. Okay, take it easy. He's a reaver.
I'm done. There's no messing around, bro.
Yeah.
You can't do this.
He's done.
Yeah.
But you see it now, though, bro. Because you
this
see it
guy,
now. Because I was
Messi
telling
can't
you that
come.
midfield, even if you play, you need progression from your DMs to going forward. Do you remember when you and I spoke? I was telling you that midfield is not good enough to progress the ball through the middle. And this is when you were saying Eze can do a job on the left. I'm like, I know, but it was a similar thing when we were linked to Javi Simmons, and I kept it the same thing. I said, yo, I like both of them, but I'm not gonna say just for Arsenal, you know what, don't play him on the left and that. Nah, I think they can do more in the middle, but they can do a job on the left. So if you need them to move over in the left for whatever reason, boom, maybe. And you could see it today. He's the one that created it from the middle. And then you realize that you have other players that are not doing enough progression going forward. So it's one of them ones where you can keep sticking it out wide, you can keep crossing it in. If the guy's not in the box or whatever, you're just not creating anything. Do you get me? I watched the game and I just felt like Pep basically bought his reverse card and said, you know what, I'm just gonna beat the guy with the way he plays at his house. That's what he tried to do. He tried to play the way you guys play at your ground and see if it can just win and leave, innit? Because remember, Pep like doing this once in a while where it's the ego thing. It's not really about getting the result. He will leave with a draw because he's confident of probably winning other stuff and that. So it's a bit different in that. But when it comes to what I was seeing from Arsenal, I thought, you know what? Yeah, everyone's saying City. I've seen everyone predict 2-3-0. I'm thinking, all right, maybe if Arsenal turn it up. But now I've seen the little thing that you guys also probably have noticed here. He's doing this thing where he's starting rubbish and then trying to bring players off the bench to save him. Now that's the one thing that you can't do. You know how they say that Liverpool keeps winning last minute, but they create chances throughout the game, innit? So it looks like it's event like. There's a certain
Eventually they get the goal.
Yeah, there's an eventuality.
Like
they'll eventually get it in. Maybe it's late, but it's what it is. But when it comes to Arsenal, it's like this looks like it's gonna be a draw, and then something happens. Does that make sense? Or it might be a loss, and then something happens. So now you're doing this thing where you're bringing people off the bench to save you. And if Martinelli next time you bring him on because you need him and he doesn't score, you might not win or draw the game. Do you get what I'm saying? You might even lose because Newcastle, we know how you guys are at Newcastle. I know they've been poor. I know they drew the game, but you've seen how we are with United. When we turn up, it's not the same thing. Everyone said you have a certain thing with them. We went there. We thought this season's going to be different. It's not. You might be way better than them this season, and yes, they might not have Isak this season, but you never know what can happen.
Do you know what Newcastle?
We're not winning that game. We're not winning that game.
Hold on a second. Let me just go through some of these super chats for you, man. Carry on because they've been sitting there for a while.
I was going to say to you.
Jorbinho, big up to you, man, for the super chat. Why do they always ask this question? Who is available? With the squad that we have, any serious manager should bite their hand off to manage this team. Exactly. I'd say that our bank balance has saved this manager, bro. The way that he's able to replace flops again and again, Trusty, Carhine, Ramsey, Ramsdale, all these players, bro. Do you know what I mean? Going from Zinchenko, getting Calafiori, Skelly coming through. I know he came through the youth academy. He's able to just fix his bullshit, bro. Other clubs, you wouldn't be able to do that. Do you know what I'm saying? Fucking up with Fabi Vieira, Lokonga. Then you go and get Rice and get Zubamendi and get Moreno. Bro, this guy is always clearing up his shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. But anyway, big up for the super chat. Oregon Goon, big up to you, bro, for the super chat as well. 100% no side. We spent Rodrigo money on Madueke, and this is what we get. That's what I'm saying. Apparently, players aren't available. You know what I'm saying?
No, apparently, is he actually on 150 or is this the rumor that we're hearing?
I heard that he was on 150. I haven't actually confirmed.
Because he was on 50, at Chelsea. He was at 50. So now I'm trying to ask, man,
He's not on 150. He's not on 150. That's cap.
How much is he on? I'll check it in a bit. Someone check it. Someone check it for me then.
I'm gonna check it right now. I'm gonna check it right now.
I think he's on 150.
Big up to the real Dwayne. Big up to you, bro, for the super sticker. Big up to you. What's this? Chill out, big man. It's only football. Then why are you watching it then? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to watch it. I didn't fall into the clip. But anyway, big up anyway. I'll take your money.
Madueke is on 150.
Madueke is on 150.
Told you.
And that's base. That's base, blood. Because the way you look, what happened to the Arsenal pool, blood? This is what I'm trying to say to you, lot, bro. When man are telling me this player's going to Arsenal because the project's beautiful, I was telling man it's because you lot paid them so much. He was on 50 grand at Chelsea, bro.
But that's fair. Saka's doing the same amount of work, putting the same amount of output.
Hey, listen, I can't lie. You know that Rashid's becoming Madueke lawyer,
I'm
blood.
serious on the Saka thing. No. But yeah, Noni's. I'm liking what Noni's doing. I'll be real. He's actually a bit. How do I say it? I didn't want him to come to the club. I'll be real. You know who I was.
Okay.
But he's that kind of winger that can create something.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait for it. I know. Wait for it.
He's a threat.
I'll tell you why. He's a threat all the time. He did put in some balls, in the box, and nobody connected. When Saka came in, first of all, Madueke's playing with 3 DMs. You know what it means to play with a winger with 3 DMs? 3 DMs that can't feed you the ball. You're playing by yourself. He's creating by himself, bro. He can dribble past the man. Saka can't do that. Saka can't. Saka's putting the same output as Madueke. Give Madueke the same amount of games as Saka, he'll bring the same amount of goals and assists.
Sorry.
So let's say Saka plays 30 games.
No, I completely disagree. I think you're way off the mark there. Saka and Madueke.
Fair enough. You don't need to, but we'll see.
Saka and Madueke.
We'll see. You need to play him.
You're comparing
No. The Saka hype is not. It's just a hype. I used to fall for it as well. And then after I watched, I found out like, yo, bro, like a lot of wingers can do what Saka's doing. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, there's not a lot of. Do you get what I'm trying to say? That he's not doing that much, like as much as the hype is.
Yeah, but
this is unpopular opinion, of course. For now,
but Rashid, though, like what Saka brings, still is able to get us over the line to win points. Whether you think the player has areas that he can improve, I understand that. I do think there's areas to Saka's game that can improve. But bro, goals win games, innit? And he's an attacker. Madueke, you're praising him on the same level, but there's no goals and there's no assists, bro. Yeah. So what are we doing here? Like, I can't lie.
But we need to give him games
the other way around.
No,
Rashid, one sec. I think it's the other way around. So basically, because Saka's not a natural winger, but he still manages to get you the goals and assists and whatever. He's giving you end product. I hear it, innit? But I think Rashid's looking at it from a winger perspective, as in he's actually seen someone that's challenging his fullback every single time.
Yeah.
Similar to how when other people look at Doku or something, remember we used to say, yo, he got no end product, but you know that he's taking on his fullback every time. I think if Saka was doing that and he had the end product, do you get me? People would be rating him slightly higher than that. I just feel like
all the time, bro.
No, he doesn't, bro.
No, he doesn't.
Madueke doesn't release the ball though. Like, man is talking.
But that's what I'm saying. What did I say? No, when I had him.
Not always cross the ball, bro. How many times has Madueke in this game? Yeah, run down the byline. He's got an opportunity to cross, and he does that little.
Because they're playing for corners, no. Because they're playing for corners, blood.
Manager told him.
He put one decent ball in, and no one was there. That doesn't mean he's got. Respectfully, he doesn't have the end product.
No, it's calm.
He's been looking good for now. For now, he's been looking good. I don't rate him. I never wanted him. He's been looking good for now. All I'm saying personally is, you will see by Christmas time.
Okay, what was Saka's GA last season?
You'll see the real Madueke.
What was Saka's GA?
Saka was injured.
Do you know what Saka does better than Madueke? It's the set pieces, man. It's the set pieces. Because of the set pieces, he got a lot of assists. Do you know what I'm saying? Madueke can't do that. But Madueke is an actual winger that takes on his man direct.
The back post cross, blood. The back post cross.
Yeah, the back post cross. That's what Saka does.
There's a few things that he does
crossing the ball.
That provides you a lot of what's it called? That he provides and a lot of end product. But it's like he doesn't necessarily. He's not really. This is the thing. When you got linked with him and people were asking me about him, I said, look, Madueke is not a bad winger. It's just he needs to really polish up his end product, and he needs to get you the goals and assists to go with, because he can have good games, and a lot of the things that you guys are seeing, he's done at Chelsea. But everyone was asking me, "Was his GA then? He ain't got a GA. Where's his GA?" Does that make sense? It's still something that's lacking right now. But if you're looking at their playing style, I've always said they're different. Do you get me? I said one guy takes his man on every single time, or tries to take their man on every single time. And Saka's a bit more, he'll see if he will go down there. If he's not, then he'll just change his mind, just go back, keep the ball. Do you get it? He's good at keeping the ball, recycling the ball, and obviously protecting the ball, innit? That's what Saka's really good at. Do you get me?
Saka's better than that, bro. I'm sorry. Saka's better than
that.
Is he?
No.
As a winger, he's not. I'll be honest with you. It's not even a disrespect, bro. It's more, he plays like he's a left back playing at right wing. If you really slap what's that, your left back Calafiori at right wing or left wing, he does similar things, bro.
Number 10. He was a number 10. Before that, he was a midfielder. He was a number 10. Before he even made it to left back, which was an Unai Emery.
Oh, you're breaking up, bro.
You're breaking up, bro. We can't hear you.
Not an Arteta decision. It was only when Arteta came in where he went to right wing, go from the defender, drop in the shoulder a bit, and then he'll either make the pass, or if he's close enough on the edge of the box, he'll slap it in a few times here and there. He needs to do it more, granted, but again, like, you know, he don't have the.
You're breaking up, bro.
Yeah, you're breaking up. We can't hear you, bro.
Yeah. Can I just chime in? Look, I think
for me, like,
let me just chime in quickly, right?
Whereas like with Madueke, yes, he'll take on his man.
Yeah, he's on the lag. He's lagging, blood.
Yeah. Napster, try rejoin, bro. Go
a lot more.
Go on,
lagging.
Half volley. Go on, bro.
Yeah. I was gonna say, right, comparing Saka and Madueke is like comparing apples and oranges, right? Saka is a more refined, finesse type of player, and you have to pay attention to the detail on what he does. He's got end product, he creates, right, and he beats players with intelligence. Madueke, don't be sidetracked by all the mesmerizing runs and him running out, fullbacks. He has no end product, but I do feel there's a player in there if you can fix his end product. But for me, Saka is way levels above Madueke. And the thing is, an Arsenal fan, we don't appreciate Saka enough because we see him game in, game out. We don't see him, running at defenders and beating them and cutting back and forward. Saka has end product. He's got killer instinct.
What does he do apart from set pieces? What does he do?
Oh, come on, man. Rashid, man.
Go on then. Tell me what he does. So I'm listening. Tell me what he does.
Exactly what Half Volley said. I'm sorry, Half Volley. But exactly what you are saying is exactly what I'm going to tell Rashid. Bro, the end product from Saka is consistent. Do you understand, bro? For that reason, he gets double teamed and triple teamed. Consistent.
He doesn't get double teamed, bro.
Yes, he does, bro.
We spoke about this before. He doesn't.
You don't watch all the games like I do, bro.
He does get double teamed. He doesn't.
He doesn't.
So what? Madueke gets double teamed.
He got double teamed this game. He got
one sec.
When he was swinging it in.
Yeah, but let me tell you, there's a difference between blocking man's passing lanes and actually double team you, bro. When we had Hazard, they used to hug him, blood. There's a difference. Because remember, they know Saka has people that he plays with. He either has the overlap from Timber, or he's gonna have the underlap, or someone like my man next to him.
Yes, sir. Whatever way you want to look at it, Saka has end product. For that reason, they block his pass.
Yeah, so you're going back to the GA.
What, free kicks?
But we're talking about him as a footballer. We're not talking about GA. GA, we've already agreed that Saka's
what's his GA, bro?
Better than
wait.
Saka's GA
Premier
in
League
general.
last season.
Madueke scored 13 at Chelsea, but that's his whole career.
No. As in Saka, not Madueke. Madueke changed teams, so we're gonna judge him now. And so now, not Chelsea Madueke. We're gonna judge him on Arsenal Madueke. He gets the ball so many times. You know what I'm saying? Because anybody that plays on the right gets the ball more than players that play on the left. You need to bear that in mind as well. So Madueke, not only does he beat his man, he's creating mayhem in that box. You know what I'm saying? But it's the last
that's
part.
Not gonna win you.
It's the last part. Nobody connects. He put the ball in the box just like Saka did. He did the same. He went low and Saka went high. What's the difference? I don't understand.
Beating your man to the byline doesn't win you football games.
Brother, Saka don't win you football games. Do you know what Saka does? He
course he
takes
does.
good free kicks and corners.
No.
Are we talking?
No,
You're talking about 3 years ago,
limiting
Saka.
what Saka
I'm
does for
talking
us,
now,
bro.
Saka. No,
Bro,
Saka now.
Saka's GA, bro. Hold on. Saka's GA is in the top
Saka
5.
now,
He was
bro.
out for 3 months. He was out for 3 months last season. Came back and his GA was
Yeah.
still top 5.
Yeah, he scored 1 goal and barely touched the ball the other games.
No,
Go on,
absolutely
then. Let's
not.
play that game. Come on,
No,
bro. In the Premier League, he scored against
Yeah.
Fulham, and then that's it.
Scored against Liverpool. Done. What's his name? Robertson. Turned him inside out. You know, scored in
Wasn't
the
that
Champions
before? Wasn't that before?
League away to Madrid. What I'm
Not
trying to
Champions
say,
League. We're talking about Premier League. We're
I
talking
know,
about
no,
Premier
no.
League. What did he do?
I'm talking
How many games
statistics.
did he play? What did he do?
Saka's GA, right? It's in the top 5 of the Premier League. That's
My
undisputed.
bro, I'm
right?
talking about this Saka right now. I'm not talking about Saka years ago, because I can go Martinelli years ago was a baller. Go on then. Go on
Saka
then.
last
Do you know what I'm
season.
saying?
As Arsenal fans, there's a lot of players we can criticize, but Saka's not one of them.
Saka's not the one,
Honestly,
bro.
honestly,
not
Why
bro.
can't you? Why can't we criticize
Saka's not the
Saka?
one, bro. Because, bro,
Golden boy. You know what I'm saying?
Rashid,
Those
Rashid,
I
are
know.
boys.
What's all this about?
No, guys, no. You have to be objective sometimes. You cannot tell me the guy who has end product for us in our attack, who is the most prolific, is the problem. No, there's no way, bro. It's
We never said he's the
impossible. It
problem.
makes no
I never
sense.
said he's the
I
problem.
I never
agree.
said he's the problem, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
You're limiting what you're limiting Saka's
The overall
end
point,
product to just
There's
corners
two,
and
there's two arguments though. Like for me, with Saka, if you're talking about has Saka got limitations to his talent, then I'm hearing that conversation. If we're gonna put him top in the world, then we're gonna have to look at all of his attributes and say, listen, there's certain things he hasn't got to his game. But if we're gonna say Saka in comparison to Madueke or Saka's importance to Arsenal, then I agree with Half Volley and I agree with Ledge. I feel like he brings a lot to this team, which is GA. He does consistently score goals, regardless if he's limited in certain attributes. Do you know what I'm saying? He does turn up for us more times than not. So I don't really. For me, the only time I start criticizing,
But
Saka
not 3 years
is
ago, Rolf.
when he goes up against like
Not
Yamal.
3 years ago.
Yamal,
Now.
for example, like Yamal, for example, he don't need the number 10 to beat a player. He don't need to look at the number 10 and he'll just cook you by himself. His decision making as well in the final third, I think is still above Saka's.
Mhm.
Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make Saka crap. That don't mean I don't rate Saka, but that's the only conversation where I start saying, okay, well, we're going up against the best in the world, then we're going to have to look at the overall ability of the player. But when it comes to Arsenal, I agree with Ledge. I agree with Half Volley as well on this one. I don't feel like he's the problem. And I think he's way better than Madueke, because at the end of the day, you can get any player to be direct and run at players, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't make players be clinical in the final third. You can't make them make the right decisions. That's if the player's got the ability or not. You can build a system like even with Pep did, like with Sterling. You know what I mean? He put him in a system where all of a sudden he was placed at the right place at the right place at the right time, but you still got to finish those chances. Do you know what I'm saying? You still got to be knowing how to position yourself and how to drop a shoulder, lose the defender. These are things that come from the attributes of the player. You can't just install that. That's why we see limitations to Martinelli and he hasn't developed. You put him against a low block and you can't develop that out of him. He hasn't got that. But he can do it if he's got space and time like we saw today. So I think it's two different conversations, man. I feel like there is levels that I agree with Rashid. I guess what he's trying to say, there's levels that Saka can improve, but I still feel like he's clear of Madueke. I don't even think that's a conversation for me.
We're going to have to see this season, right? I mean, give him the same amount of games that Saka gets and the same amount of protection that Saka gets, and you'll see what Madueke does. You know what I'm saying? It's not fair to talk about Madueke. You haven't seen him yet. You haven't seen him yet.
We have seen him, bro.
Now,
we've seen him run to the byline and cross it into no one for like 3 games in a row. Bro,
but there's no players there. It's not him. He's creating. He's being direct, beating his man. You know what I'm saying? That's what a winger does. A winger doesn't cross it to the left and then just...
How many times have you seen Saka cross the ball to no one? I need you to literally think about that, bro. How many times have you seen Saka run to the byline, cross the ball to no one?
Time and time again.
Oh, come on.
Time and time again, I've seen it.
That's the lie.
Well, I've seen it, bro. What am I going to lie?
Rashid, would you say that this is down to Saka or it's down to the manager? Because we're Saka,
that's
the problem I think that we're not talking about here is it's all this discrepancy of these two is down to the manager. The reason why None looks good is because he's playing as a touchline winger. If we go back once again to the season where we bottled the league, Saka and Martinelli's starting points is on the corners of the 18-yard box rather than being touchline wingers. So you can't really say that it's on Saka if he's being pulled further away from his danger zone. If Saka's starting more centrally, we see what he can do. He can bag 15 goals a season. If he's losing 7 yards of a starting point further out wide, that's less area for him to be able to use his dribbling ability. That's less area for him to be able to try to pull the ball back and cross. You're seeing it. He's limited to either try to go around somebody, which that's going to be the question if Saka is as good as not because of the injury that he had last year with the hamstring, or he has to come further into the center so that he can use his entire ability. So the problem is it's the tactics at the end of the day. Saka is being held back, just like every other player is being held back because of the manager. The goal that we scored today, we've all been shouting that Martinelli is a striker, not a touchline left winger. The goal came from him being more central in the field, which is where he's better at. Again, the tactics are out showing that the manager has no idea what the fuck he's doing. That's the problem at the end of the day. Whether it's Saka or Madueke, if you're being held back because of the formation and the positional ideology of this manager, it's not going to make a difference. You're asking for a miracle to happen.
Yeah, 100%. And there's something I need to talk about. Martinelli's celebration. Like, what the fuck are you doing? You're supposed to be getting the ball and running back to the pitch to get another goal. You fucking brilliant Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I don't like the fact that every single time we score a late equalizing goal, all of our players start to celebrate. We know we've only got like a few minutes left to find a winner, but all of our players are they're just running around saying, "Oh, look at us. We're saved. We haven't lost." Like, it's just pathetic. And the fact of the matter is that this is the same celebration that Declan Rice did last season when we drew with Manchester United 1-1, and the same celebration when Eddie Nketiah scored that goal against Fulham in that COVID season when he was doing that impression of Hulk Hogan. Like, the mentality of this football club is dead. It's all dead because of the fact that this fan base are more than happy to take a draw because they're going around saying, but we still managed to get a point. Like, all it does, it prolongs the suffering even more. And this is why I don't celebrate equalizing goals. Martinelli should have at least got the ball and run back to the pitch with the rest of the team. But all I see him doing, he's just celebrating and like just all of this with the fans. Like, it's just pathetic. And what made it even more worse was the fact that I saw Pep kissing the fourth official. Like, what the fuck was that about? I like Pep, but why was he kissing the fourth official? Like, is this
It's a Spanish thing.
Yeah. Just to pick up on your point there, right? The celebration after we equalized, right? We looked like we're going to lose the game. We looked the most likely team to lose the game because we had no composure. We're all over the show. City had like a free kick which they launched into the box. Arsenal was just never composed. It was actually a very strange game after we equalized. You thought, okay, Arsenal will now push on with a couple of minutes left and pin City back. But actually, I was more concerned about losing the game after equalizing. That was very bizarre. And
that's why he brought in Mosquera, innit? That's why he brought in Mosquera to see the game out.
And bringing Ethan on in the last few minutes, in the 85th minute, like, what was that all about? We're chasing. Yeah, like this manager has a zero hate, like some sort of hatred for Ethan and Wary. Like, it's just not good enough. And the fact of the matter is that we got what we deserved. Even though I predicted a loss, I was on Aaron's channel on Friday and we were talking about the City game. I told Aaron that we could lose 2-1 if Haaland scores 2 goals, but we all know that Pep took him off for some reason. Like, Haaland should have stayed on the pitch and finished us off, because when our defense today was absolutely like dog shit. Erling Haaland absolutely manhandled both Saliba and Gabriel, and Calafiori today. That Italian Kylie Manone got absolutely spun up by Jeremy Dogu, who looks like Bruce Irvin from Tekken when he was doing the kickboxing and stuff. But it's pathetic. And Noni Madueke, like this guy, I literally told every single one of this fan base, he is not the player that we should be getting. The one player we should be getting in this football club is Mohamed Kudus. That was the one player we should have got. But all of our fan base is saying, oh, but Madueke scored 13 goals last season for Chelsea. So what? Like, it's just like that doesn't justify the fact that Madueke, like one game he plays good and the next game he plays bad. We need somebody who is miles better than Madueke. And Kudus was my first choice because for me, he's a proper baller than Madueke. And listen, like I mean, even though we didn't lose the game, we drew, but that goes to show you that we're still not going to win the Premier League this season because I can guarantee you, like, even though Newcastle are on a bit of a poor run, they could still easily park the bus, and Eddie Howe will put this will have this manager's pants around him.
Yeah, the real litmus test is going to come out Newcastle, isn't it? Arteta is going to get a third bite of the cherry, and if he repeats the same mistake again, I think we're dead in the water. Honestly, for me, yeah. But for me, the issue I had today is we lacked control. Right? He picked players to have control of the game, and we lacked control. Like I said before, after we equalised, I was looking at the team, looking for composure, looking for a bit of fluidity, build up attack. So City had 5 at the back; they were not interested in attacking. But for some bizarre reason, Arsenal looked very disjointed. I actually thought we're going to lose the game. And then he brings on Mosquera. I mean, Timber was dead on his feet. And also, what you said, our defenders, for some reason, were having some strange game of football. They just looked ruffled. They just looked, a bit unsettled by Haaland's presence. So
because they were playing a high line. Because he didn't go attacking with the midfield, but then he tried to get the attackers to do what the attacking midfielders should be doing and get in dangerous areas. Look how high Saliba at times, Gabriel a lot of times goes up the pitch, and it's like, but you playing this defensive setup, but now you want to play a high line. Why don't you just do the balance thing where you can have your 2 defensive midfielders, the number 10.
Mid block, yeah.
It was just bizarre. And also,
mid block.
It seems like half-hearted. No, sorry, go on.
No, go on. Also, go on.
No, I was just saying, I don't understand that approach. Normally, if you're going to be playing so defensive, you'll have that back line a bit deeper. And then that midfield as well is going to be shielding them, but you're exposing them with Haaland that is pacey up against the centre backs, and then you're expecting them to get back. And then even when you look at Zubimendi and you look at Rice, they haven't got the blitzing pace to get back against somebody like a Haaland, you know what I mean, or a Doku. They ain't got the pace to catch a Doku. They ain't got the pace to catch a Haaland. So why would you expose them to be getting caught like that through one through ball? Like Doku, one through ball, Reinders, one through ball, boom, all of a sudden we're getting caught out. Like, why would you do that when you know that they got runners in behind and they're in form as well? On top of everything, they're in form. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I don't understand. Like, he kind of half-asses everything, Arteta, and I think that's what catches him out because he don't fully believe in his system or what he's trying to do. He's kind of like, I want to attack. I built a team to attack. 22-23 season, that team was built to attack, but then I have to rein it back. But then I got my job on the line and people are asking for trophies. So then I got to play a bit more high line, but I need to play the 3 DMs because I'm a little bit shook of what they can do. Do you know what I mean? And the funny thing is, we played 3 DMs, yeah? Before I let you carry on, we played 3 DMs against Liverpool. We nullified them. We had no attack. Today, we played 3 DMs, didn't nullify any of their attack, and we conceded a goal. And then only when we reverted back to playing Saka, Eze, and all the attacking players, all of a sudden, then we started playing the football. We'll try to play some football a little bit similar to what we did in 22-23 season, hitting teams on the counter. It's just all cowardice, bro. But sorry, yeah, carry on. Half funny.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I think for me today, when I saw the lineup, if that was the first time we saw that lineup, I'll say, okay, there might be some rationale behind it. There might be some unknown reasons that us fans are not aware of. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. But it's the fucking 3rd time we've seen that lineup, and it doesn't work. Mourinho hasn't got the legs and the inventiveness to get out of midfield and drive. Every time he tried to do it, he had jelly legs. He was falling all over the place, getting tackled from behind. He just hasn't got the Eze kind of explosiveness. So as a manager, you've played that lineup before. Common sense says, okay, that doesn't work. So for me, this was a very it was a real kick in the teeth when I saw that lineup. I was thinking to myself, well, Arteta, what are you doing? And then lo and behold, he changes it at halftime, which is a glaring admittance of his mistake from the start. Now, as a manager, you just don't do that. And I think for me, somehow Arteta's build a squad now that is a complete contrast to his image. I think the squad we've got now, like in terms of football philosophy, it doesn't suit Arteta's philosophy. He's managed to now build a squad that is really not for him to take forward. Do you get what I'm saying? Because Arteta likes robots. He likes these robotic players that he can mold them into this rigid system and get them to play the way he wants. But now you got Eze, you got Waneri. These are mavericks. Even when Waneri was coming on, Arteta was flooding him with all these instructions. And I was saying, you could visualize Waneri thinking, fuck off, boss. I just want to play football. Like all these instructions in my head. An 18-year-old, what is he going to do with it? Just free him up, let him go and express himself. So for me, today was, like I said, I am not like the extreme Arteta out. I think he's useless, etc. But looking at this through the cold light of the day, you can see this manager's way too conservative. He's too negative. He's got all the tools at his disposal now, and he's completely misusing it.
What would it take for you? I know you're not like me, for example, where I completely don't rate this manager. I've already wanted him out from when he got the job. I didn't rate this guy at all. For you, from your perspective, somebody that's a bit more balanced in your view of the manager, what would it take for you this season to say you got to walk?
For me, Arteta has to win. I feel like we've got a better chance in the Champions League because of the style of play, by virtue of Arteta's conservatism. I think we're actually going to go further. We're in the semi-final last season, go undermine. So for me, what it would take is for Arteta to win a major trophy, or at least make the final, and lose by some unknown reason, right? We can't have the season we had last season in the league. So I'm willing to give Arteta the rest of the season to correct his mistakes, give us a major trophy, and then we'll go from there. But if we get the same failings, the same patterns, the same cycle of failure, then I'm out, mate. Like for me, I think that's it.
Okay.
So I'm not I'm not like, I've been on panels with Yasser. You know my views, etc. on Arteta. I do have a lot of respect for him for where he is, and his body of work is respectable. It may well be that another man needs to come in and take us over the line, and I'm okay with it. I'm not precious about Arteta. I don't care about him. I think as an Arsenal manager, you come in, you get a lifespan, you perform, you deliver. If not, you're out. Next man comes in. So it may well be that Arteta is not, when it's all said and done, not the person to take Arsenal over, and I'm okay with that.
I think. Look, you said if he gets to a final and we lose a Champions League final, I think for me, I just feel like that bit is the only bit that I disagree with what you said, because I feel like, well, then we're going to give him another season, and next season he has to win. So it's like, just cut the ties now. Like, we've got players like Saliba on 2-year contract left, 2 years left on his contract, Saka. We're going to end up losing at least one of them. And I feel like that's going to start the demise of players being like, you know what, let me go elsewhere to win something. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like I would rather lose him than lose a player like Saliba. I'd rather lose Arteta than lose Saka. I'd rather lose Arteta than lose any of the players that are pivotal to what we're doing, because I don't feel like the team is far away, but we'll start going backwards if we start losing key players in key areas over the sake of giving this manager another season. So I would rather just get rid of him, because I actually feel like, first of all, for the club anyway, it's financially cheaper and there's better out there. Whereas who are we going to go out there and buy to replace Saliba? Who are we going to go out there and buy and replace Saka? It's a lot harder. Do you know what I'm saying? With this manager, it's like, get rid of him. We're already paying one of the highest wages for a manager in Europe. There's multiple managers that would take this job. You're not taking over a Man United that has no identity and has been atrocious. You're not taking over, teams like that. You're taking an Arsenal team that's not been able to get over the line, but has a very, very good squad and has made a lot of the right additions. So now you're going and you're working with a sporting director that's getting the difficult signings over the line. The signings that we used to look at this club and say, why didn't we get that player? Why did, that player was unattainable? Now they are attainable. Do you know what I'm saying? So I feel like it gets to a point where it's like, is it worth is it worth holding on to a manager that just continues to
Oh.
get us
Yeah.
to decline? Because we're not even. I feel like we're declining, bro. Like I don't know. I know you're a little bit more positive, yeah, but bro, we're declining. Like this football. Do you remember in phase one they said, "Oh, we're playing defensive football because he needs his players." That football wasn't even that great, yeah. But that football was better than what we're doing now because that actually had some logic behind it. We won an FA Cup.
Yeah.
So the way that we were playing when we needed to overhaul a team, and Unai Emery left us with a dead team, Wenger left us with a dead team that needed to be overhauled, is playing better football than what we've got right now, £1 billion on and 6 years on. That to me can't be justified. It doesn't make any sense, bro. Why are we playing worse than what we did phase one, phase two?
Yeah, no, sir, you got a point. For me, the worrying concern is that we've now got a squad that is the total antithesis of Arteta. Like, we've got Mavericks now, we've got magicians. And to get the best out of them, you need to let them express themselves. And Arteta is simply not that kind of manager. So for me, that's the worrying part for me. When I look at it, can I realistically see Arteta winning something major with this squad? That will need a radical change in philosophy, right? And it's just very difficult for me to see it.
I feel like you can get various managers in. Do you know why? Because I feel like he's recruited players for attacking football and players for defensive football. So I actually, and this has been my biggest criticism of him, it's like he actually has the squad to merge what he did in 22-23 with what he started doing 3 years ago, playing the more defensive football and kind of seeing out games. So I actually feel like there's loads of managers we can get out there that we actually have the ability to play their system. Like most systems, we've got the players available there to play that. Do you know what I'm saying? Maybe the three at the back, okay, you got the wing backs, but Timber's good at defending. Maybe he could do the job, maybe he can't. I'm not too sure. But at the end of the day, most systems, we got the squad there to do that. So I'm not really looking at the squad anymore. I'm not looking at the manager. Like, you don't have to have the best player for player squad in the league to win the league, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And for me, seeing Palace and Newcastle lifting cups, why the fuck are we not lifting cups? So the money that we spend, I can't justify that. We spend more money and we're supposed to have a better manager, and I'm seeing Palace and Newcastle lifting the cups. Was that not a trophy attainable to us? If they're the teams that were lifting that, at least? Like, it's becoming to a point where it's like, there is no way to really like defend this guy. Like, even like tactically, a guy was saying, "Oh, tactically, we're going to see something different this season." What have we seen that's different? This whole narrative about super subs, yeah, because it got away, we got away with it. We're bringing on Martinelli and Trossard the other game. We sat here, me, Gianni, all of us sat here, said we are going to drop points if we continue to just rely on the subs and F up the starting lineup, F up the tactics. There will be games where it's too far gone, you're making the changes way too late, and you're going to drop points. And what happened? We dropped points. It's not sustainable. You can't keep playing games in the Prem, chasing the result, chasing to get back into the game, to then outdo the opposition. Those are things, there's a reason why, in the Prem, you say, yo, the crunch end of the season, we just need to grind out results. No one says, start the season, we just need to keep grinding out results. And we'll get till January and we'll grind out results. And then we'll get to February and we'll keep grinding out results. That's how we're playing. We're not playing to win. We're playing to try and get back into the game or to take a draw. Come on, man. This ain't sustainable, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we're playing football. We're playing like Sam Allardyce football. That's the approach we're doing. We're just going to defend. These were the managers. Sam Allardyce used to go to play to teams that were about to get relegated. That was relegation time.
No, that's why he was at United yesterday, chilling with Sir Alex Ferguson.
Am I coming on?
He was there, he was sitting next to him, bro. You know what's mad though? I kind of agree with you, but then there's also the point of, I just feel like Arteta thought Pep was gonna go attacking. And he thought he'd go on the counter, but then realized Pep was like, nah, I'm gonna sit back. Now you have to come forward because you're at home, and we'll hit you with Haaland and Doku on that. But this is the time where, if you really want the 3 points, bro, hook someone at halftime, before halftime. I seen this random Champions League team the other day hook David Luiz and 2 other players off at like 37 minutes, bro. Like, when they started realizing they could beat, I think it was Slavia Prague, if I'm not mistaken. When they realized that underdog team can actually beat Slavia Prague and they're getting chances, they were like, you know what? Yeah, we're hooking off. We're changing our whole game plan because this is what we want to do now. So. And at the end of the day, if he did end up hooking off a couple of players and he brings on Eze and someone else early, and then you win the game, no one's going to care that he started with the wrong lineup, because then he can say he fixed it in the game.
Yeah, yes,
You get it?
literally, exactly what you just said. That was my starting dialogue, bro. Literally, I said, bro, this brother could have made the changes earlier in the first half when he saw we're 10 minutes. I mean, we're 1-0 down in the first 10 minutes and no attacking prowess, nothing. Man, them are just passing side to side for the next 40 minutes. Like, come on, man, make some changes, bro. But yeah, he's done. He's done for me in my book. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't support this brother anymore. I can't even try and excuse like his thinking behind this. First against it was Liverpool. I'm thinking, all right, cool, mad thing, bro. The press conference just come out. The report asked him, what going for the midfield? Like any particular reason for fielding that midfield? Arteta replies, oh, no one asked me about the midfield against Bilbao. Bro,
we did against Liverpool.
Bro,
Liverpool.
The brother's using the one win.
Bailey, where did you hear that before? Do you remember where? You know what I was hearing? I was hearing the Bilbao game when you lot beat them in pre-season. Do you remember the whole pre-season you lot played poor, and then that one game you played well? Everyone kept referring to that game as how you're gonna play the whole season, and now they always pick to the one game where they've played well to say that that's the benchmark. But like that's not necessarily how it looks like. That's not really what we're seeing more often, if that even makes sense. So listen, I know what he's doing. It's the mind games, isn't it? And once you wake up and you see that it's the mind games, it is what it is. I know that some of the Arsenal fans haven't really woken up to it, but some of us, especially if you support a club where you've seen managers come in and out, you usually spot it a bit earlier. So I don't know if you've seen it with Benfica, Giada, you've seen it with whatever, like you've seen it with your club. So we're used to it. So like we've seen bro. I said Amram was a fraud time ago, and then he started getting a bit of result, and man, told me, yo, listen, you're wrong. So sometimes it's just some of us are used to it. I think with Arsenal, because they've always had one manager. Even I only knew one manager of Arsenal, which was Wenger. I wasn't that old.
Yeah, so these guys are blind. This is the same shit. This game plan was the same stupid shit that happened when Arsenal lost 1-0 to Inter Milan. How the fuck you still got Gyökeres as the lone striker trying to swing balls in when City drop a third center back in 75 minutes? The whole reason why we got Eze was because everyone said he's going to play the left-hand side and be creative and attack the fullback so that we can open up for Gyökeres to get crosses, not through the air, but on the ground because he's a poacher. We don't even do that. Trossard's too slow to do that. Trossard didn't get anywhere near dribbling into the box. So if you're going to get Eze for one reason, use him. You're not. You put him in the center. Eze had the one shot in the box as just inside the box as a rebound shot. It wasn't even that serious of a shot. Donnarumma didn't even move. So if you're going to do that, you might as well just make the number 10 a secondary striker. If you want to keep crossing in the box, get two guys, put two strikers against two center backs or two strikers against three center backs. Gyökeres, we already knew he wasn't good at heading balls. We already knew that coming into it, that wasn't his forte as a striker. So you're forcing somebody who's not good at doing something against his will, and then you're chasing a game trying to go up against three center backs. It's never going to happen. The manager's not changing his tactics. Have Volley's right. The team's been built now to where it's no longer for him. It's no longer for him. You can't keep doing these same stupid fucking mistakes. Sorry, that's all it is. How many times the one ball that Trossard put out where he laid it straight across for Gyökeres to run and chase to get past the center backs of City? Why was it the first time the entire game that play was used? Push the defensive line. Push the defensive line back of City so that you have room to be able to try to express yourself. Don't allow the back line of City to just keep pushing further up. And then towards the end of it, whether we had Martinelli, Wanyeri, and Eze, and Trossard, or when Trossard came out, nobody is trying to do any type of creative dribbling to attack it. Both banks of City's defense was right there, and all we did was this. Sideline to sideline. Nobody's trying to make a run through the box. Nobody's trying to allow themselves to play further up with the striker to try to offset the back line of City. It's the same old bullshit. The dude isn't changing. At this rate, if we keep playing defensive like this, we're talking about a third or fourth spot, or hoping that somebody else is going to mess up to where we can hold on to the second spot. This is ridiculous at this point. He might as well go to a 4-4-2 and just get another striker in the box to be able to do it. Or hell, put Saka as the secondary striker, because Saka's not looking like he's got the blow away speed anymore to get around people. He keeps cutting it back to his left-hand side, to his foot on the right side to just cross the ball in. He's a better goal scorer than any of the other wingers we have. Put him in the center to play with Gyökeres. You got to try something different at this point, because if you don't, this is going to be the same shit throughout the whole season.
All the dark arts. How many times we got 3 DMs? Nobody's taking a man out. Nobody's like stopping their momentum. Every single time Doku wanted to run through, we allowed him. When Reinders wanted to run through, we allowed him. Haaland's running through, we allowed him. Like, we don't even. Where's the dark arts, bro? Like, what happened to stopping their momentum? What happened to the shithousery? What happened to frustrating the opposite? We didn't frustrate them today. We allowed them. We said, yeah. You know, you got McDonald's. Oh, I want a chicken nugget and chips. Okay, go to the next window. You know what I mean?
This is how you know.
I want a chili dip. You know what I'm saying? Sweet chili dip. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you get me. You know what I mean?
You have to pay extra for that, no? You have to pay extra for that.
You know,
You can only
yeah,
get barbecue and ketchup. You know what I'm saying?
This is how you know.
Yeah, but it's true though, isn't it? Like, we're not doing anything to stifle teams at times. Like, we're still allowing them to play through the. How can you have 3 defensive midfielders and you allow them to run through the middle? How can you have Calafiori bombing so far forward, bro? The guy was literally next to Trossard every single time they spam across. Every time they started a counter attack, he's right next to Trossard. Every time you go back on the highlights, yeah, you watch our counter attacks. When you look on the first goal, yeah, where was Calafiori? You don't even see him. Because I was like, yo, where's Calafiori? I didn't even see him because he was next to Trossard. Then they were coming back around on the other side, on Timber's side. I'm looking at Calafiori the other side. He's not even there. He's not even there. It's a joke, man. Listen, I gotta go to Lee's stream, so I'm gonna let Devante go and I'll let King go. And then straight after that, we'll redirect to Lee because I gotta jump on that show because I'm a bit late. Go Devante and then King.
Yeah, what's up? What's up, everybody, man? What's up? Listen, man. I'm gonna try not to talk too long, so I'm gonna say this. I don't know how long y'all trying to prolong the inevitable with this manager, bro. When you saw that midfield 3 starting, I was ready to turn my TV off like Kendrick Lamar, but I still watched the game because I was not much going on anyway. Why do we buy players like Gyökeres for? Why do we buy players like Eze for? If we start with a midfield with 3 DMs or a 4 DM, because Marino's not really a DM anyway, but I don't know what he is at this point. He might as well be a water boy, Adam Sandler looking fool anyway. So, you know, like, this club is so ambitious sometimes, and it's just frustrating to me that, you know, City is not that good as they used to be. Compared to the years that we faced City in their prime years, this City is probably the worst under Pep. You know, like, Brighton did a number to them, like Tottenham at their own ground. So you're telling me that this Arsenal at our own ground in the Emirates, we cannot like bring the fight to City? Are you serious, bro? You know, this game reminded me of last season against PSG when we played PSG at home. 1 goal and they set up shop. They frustrated us. They set up shop and we couldn't score no goal, or we were close to scoring the goal. It was the same kind of thing though. Same kind of thing, like against PSG, you know. But it is this the way we set up is just like people are saying, oh yeah, Gyökeres. What you want him to do? This setup, the way that we play, it exposes our flaws more than it actually like makes us look better. Gyökeres is looking flawed. I know. You know, he's not Zlatan. He's not Henri. I know when he moving like a Jack 3 from Tekken and stuff. I know he's kind of like, but help the guy hide his flaws. You know what I'm saying? We still trying to invert Calafiori, do something different. You know, we still trying to like play Rice somewhere. I don't know, man. And you know what's funny? Rice said something about yeah, we had like possession or whatever, and we dominated the game. What game? We didn't dominate nothing, bro. And you know what I'm tired of with football nowadays? It's like when you have so much possession, it's like, oh, we're dominating, but you didn't do much. Let's be honest, we didn't do much. If it was only one brilliant moment of Eze and Martinelli finally find his Brazilian passport, then we could say, oh yeah, everything else was not. It was garbage. It was ass. Nobody in his team stood out today. Nobody. Even though it was one more as a moment, nobody stood out. But instead of being mad at us, the people that call it out, be mad at your manager. Be mad at the people that the board for this football, because we're in year 6, 1 billion almost, like, or many more spent, and this is the football that you're putting on for the people that come to the Emirates, right? They pay their hard-earned money to watch you play against Manchester City, and it set us up to play like pussies. That's what I have to say.
I hear it, man. I hear it, bro. King, before we wrap up, bro, what's your final thoughts, man?
Yeah, big up the whole panel of there. Yeah, man. Arteta just did what he usually does, bro. You know what I mean? Playing. You know what I mean? Playing Merino in midfield with Rice and Zubimendi. We all know that doesn't work. We all know that Arteta were playing defensive, and this is the thing. Like, obviously, like Pep said to himself, this is the difference. Pep said to himself, look, I got Donnarumma in goal who is not good with his feet. So we are not going to try and play possession-based football. We are not going to try and play out from the back. We are just going to go along. We're going to tell Donnarumma to kick it long to Haaland and kick it long to Doku. And that's what and that's what City did. And that's what City did. And Pep adapted to his players today, but Arteta didn't, and he did the same thing, and he did the same thing against Liverpool, and people will say, oh, but he brought Eze on at half time, and he brought Saka on at half time, but some Arsenal fans are saying this. You have to ask yourself. Why is Arteta always in a position of always rectifying mistakes? He should be not why don't you just avoid the mistake? How about starting Eze? How about starting Eze instead of Trossard? How about that? Or how about starting Ethan and Eze? How about that? You understand, and this has been a common thing with Arteta. Arteta has misprofiled so many players. He's misprofiled Rice. He's misprofiled. Arsenal bought Declan Rice as a 6. He's playing as an 8. Yeah, like, and also they signed Kai Havertz. They signed Kai Havertz to play in midfield. But we all know Kai Havertz is better in the false 9 than in the midfield. The man, the first